Hello, YouTube.
Hello, happy Halloween week eve.
YouTube.
Yes, we are so close to Halloween now, aren't we, Dan?
It's so scary.
It's creeping up on us. It's the biggin. Next week is the biggin. This is the precursor.
I'm at the point now where when there's a knock on the door, I'm just throwing sweets at you.
Yeah. You better have candy here this time next week. That's all I'm going to say, man.
Sweets are British, my friend. We're British.
American.
Yes.
Well, Halloween trick-or-treating is actually an American tradition, so...
So you want some candy?
Yeah, candy, man.
Have you ever had candy, as in sweets from America?
No, I've never had... I've always wanted to... Do you know one American food I've always wanted to try is Twinkies. Never tried them.
Ah!
Are they not good?
They're sickly.
Oh, they're really sweet, aren't they?
You might as well just get a whole bag of sugar and put it in your mouth.
Am I right in thinking they're just plain sponge with whipped cream inside it, or is that what it is? I think.
Yeah, and sugar galore on the inside. The thing is, over here we get everything's just no artificial colours, no artificial flavours, no artificial this, no artificial this, no added this, no added that.
Yeah.
In America, everything's artificial and they add everything.
Yes, I know. That's America for you.
I mean, I know someone that's recently flown back from there. They've bought some sweets in. Oh, I couldn't eat them.
No.
I had to spit some of them out. They were that horrible. Not horrible.
Yeah.
But they were just so sweet. It was too much.
Yeah, I mean, in comparison to our sweets, they're a bit more,
They come over here,
homely.
they're like, oh, this is so tame. Like, yeah, you drive on the left. What's up with that? But, yeah.
They don't even know what beans on toast is, do they?
Do they didn't know what a roast dinner was. So they
Of course.
come over here.
Of course.
And they're like, why do you all celebrate this dinner? It's just a grill. I'm like,
that's not what it is.
no.
It's a roast dinner.
What's that brown stuff you put all over it? I'm like,
Gravy.
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 Yeah, gravy. I don't want to be a...
I don't like gravy.
Oh, that's so much good. So better than classic quote by the way.
Oh,
Classic.
yeah, fantastic.
But, at the end of the day, he really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
He really enjoyed his roast dinner.
It's a it's a cultural exchange.
Yeah.
He could show you what like they have for Thanksgiving dinner or something.
Well, when I showed them fibre broadband and satellite TV, they were blown away. They're like, what do you mean you're not connected to the grid? Oh, well, yeah.
Americans.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's the real BBC. I said, yeah, we're not proud of that.
But Americans do have something that we don't, and that is Hollywood. And in Hollywood, we get films. And on this radio show, Dan, we talk about films.
Hey, we've got Warner Brothers Studios.
Yeah, well, funny enough, this film is... no, this film is not Warner Brothers. This film that we're going to be talking about is 20th Century Fox, which is now now Disney. So it's now a Disney film.
Put your Mickey ears on, boy.
Ho-ho! So we're talking about Edward Scissorhands from the year 1990. This film is Tim Burton at his absolute finest. My favourite film of his is still Batman Returns, but there may be some bias to that as I'm a huge fan of the comic book character. So Batman movies aside, this is my favourite Tim Burton movie.
Right.
This film runs in at a close second on that list, as you can instantly tell the powerful themes that drove Tim Burton on crafting this sweet and endearing fairy tale.
Ah, nah. Getting visuals of this, by the way.
After hearing that A-listers like Tom Cruise, Gary Oldman and Robert Downey Jr. were all interested in the part of Edward, they really knocked out of the park casting Johnny Depp in the role, as he was very smart in bringing an innocence to the character that we, the audience, immediately relate to. Visually, the film is very remarkable, as it does the classic Tim Burton style of blending light and darkness, colour with lack of colour, and horror.
I was about to comment on the colour, actually.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of colour in this.
Yeah, I mean, like, the whole story is, he's taken out of his castle where everything's dark and scary and black, and then he's taken to the suburbs where everything's all pink and green and colourful, and it's just, it's a complete contrast to what he's used to as a character. Tim Burton grew up in the bright and colourful land of Burbank, California, but spent his youth watching dark Hammer horror shows, so these contrasts were clearly influenced by his childhood. So Tim Burton himself, he was a dark character who lived in a very bright world, so it's kind of autobiographical, this film, really. Tim Burton was also a shy and quiet youngster, so he really relished in bringing major themes to the film that deal with being unique, quiet, and or not being able to physically get what you are in need of. I imagine this film gathers a strong fan base with people who have these kind of qualities and find comfort in the journey that Edward goes on. It is really funny to see Anthony Michael Hall playing a jock bully type character in this film, considering as only 5 years prior he was playing the skinny nerdy character of Brian in The Breakfast Club. Have you seen The Breakfast Club?
Don't know.
Don't you forget about me.
Yeah.
It's the song. That's
I'll know the music, won't I?
Yes. The dude's got range to be able to do both so well, considering he plays a nerd in one movie, and then 5 years later he plays the jock bully. You know, that's signs of a good actor.
Sounds like my career.
Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder have excellent chemistry, which was obviously assisted by their real life relationship at the time. So they were really going out during this period, so it really served to their performances.
Nice.
Other major players in the film go a long way as well, like Diane Wiest, Alan Arkin and Kathy Bates, who all bring great comedy timing, as well as the iconic Vincent Price, who features in a small but lovely cameo as Edward's inventor. Do you know who Vincent Price is? I know a song you'll know him from.
Tell me where I'll know him from.
Darkness falls across the land. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know he is now, yeah.
A midnight hour is close at hand.
See, I wouldn't have known
the
name.
He's the voice of horror itself, frankly, and that's why Michael Jackson got him to play that in Thriller, and that's why he's also in this film, because
the best Halloween song ever.
He was he was a hero of Tim Burton, so he loved doing this role. I did actually write a bit about that. I put Price was one of Tim Burton's heroes since childhood, and working with Price in his final years of life was a dream come true. This was actually Vincent Price's last movie.
Oh, wow. Was it really?
He was like, I want to say he was in his late 80s, early 80s, late 80s when he passed away.
Wow.
So, what a way to cap off.
Wow.
Danny Elfman's score is captivating, and I honestly cannot fault it in the slightest. It is easily the most reused music in pop culture besides his iconic Batman theme. I'm sure if I played the music for you from Edward Scissorhands, I'm sure you say, I've heard that in a Christmas commercial, or I've heard this in that, because it's been used in so much. So to close, Dan, upon rewatch, Edward Scissorhands hit deeper than it did when I watched it as a kid. There are some powerful outsider themes that really hit home if you're more of a socially reserved person, or if you don't know how to be in populated situations or gatherings. Any of this ringing true to you? Clearly a passion project for the quirky mind of Tim Burton, and certainly one of his best. So on that note, Dan, I'm going to give Edward Scissorhands 4 out of 5.
Ooh.
And it's probably worth noting, producer man Steve gave it 3.5 out of 5, so I gave it an extra half star.
Yeah, but producer man Steve doesn't know what he's doing half the time.
Well, he's got different tastes.
Just ignore him.
But, I'm sure that last sentence played a lot into your mind, though. The whole, struggling to, find the time to be around big groups of people and stuff. I'm sure that's something you can relate to, Dan.
I struggle to find the time to look at the clock, mate.
Yes.
But yes, you're absolutely right.
Yep.
I like relatable material like that.
That film is probably the softest film that we'll touch upon this month, considering, of course, it's more of a fairy tale, romance, horror, all mixed together kind of thing.
Now, we have a slight matter to discuss.
And that matter is?
Next week.
Yep.
Because, Tommy, 31st.
Yep.
It's the day.
It's the night.
It's the night.
Yeah, it's not the day, it's the night.
Now, we'll be coming to you live here on YouTube on that night.
Yes.
Now, Tommy is going to dress me up like a Barbie doll. You're not reviewing Barbie, are you? Because that's just going to be a bad finish.
Now you've given me on it, but I haven't seen Barbie, so you're safe.
You said you were going to see it on release.
No, I went to see Oppenheimer on release.
Yeah, but you said you were going to go into Oppenheimer, and then you were going to walk out of there and straight into Barbie.
I didn't do the full Barbenheimer.
That's what you said.
No. I said that's what people were doing. I never said I was going to do the Barbenheimer experience. I did the Oppenheimer experience.
Your words were, I, Tommy Larkins of the internet, am going to do this as a huge Barbie fan. You said that to me.
If you say so.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on, because we're not doing anything with Barbie. So, basically, It is our time to turn the light that never gets switched off.
Poof.
We're also going to be in costume. Now, I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to be dressing up as. I haven't a clue. Last year, I think you pulled it out the bag.
I've got.
I don't know how you're gonna. I don't know how you're gonna top it.
Yeah, I'll have a hunt around.
You've already done the best.
I'm gonna see what I can. What I can muster.
Missed it, I was Doc. He was Marty from the Back to the Future franchise, which is a great franchise.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing.
Definitely.
How we're gonna do it this time around, I do not know.
We will see what we can muster.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, Tommy, thank you very much for, of course, coming in and giving us another review. Edward Scissorhands. So yes,
you can follow us on Letterboxd. You can follow us under Larkins95 or Dan Moore Radio.
He knows his lines.
Yeah.
And of course, like, comment, subscribe, all that other jazz on the YouTube channel right here. You'll be notified whenever we go live or pop another video onto the channel. Tommy, thank you very much again for another week.
No problem, Dan. And to all you guys out there, stay spooky.
That's never catching on. No. But you do that, and we will catch you on YouTube.
I'll have a new catchphrase for next week, I assure you. Don't worry.
Yeah, okay. Well, not quite at the same time, a bit later next week. And on the witching hour.
Ooh. See you guys then.
Ciao.